From SW16, my brown is slim and fit. Young boy on the ball like Palmer, you know what's a go when he hits top bins. Falling asleep in a limo tints, my light, he won't stop pouring me drinks. You're hard, I'm rating the bars, but you're capping, I'm not convinced. Bro, band up on the wing, still making.
What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome back to Rhino MGTV. This is my Manchester United match reaction. Man United 0, Wolves 1, and Wolves do the double on us for the 24-25 Premier League season. Crazy, man. It was an interesting game, man. Obviously, we saw the quotes that came from Ruben Amorim in regards to him playing the youth and him rotating players and stuff, and basically admitting that we're going to focus on the Europa League, but at the same time we're going to use this opportunity to, you know, get some players in. Maybe you would have expected more players. Maybe you would have expected Obi to start, you know, let him have a full game, seeing as Højlund has been terrible for quite a long time now. But yeah, we saw the introduction of Fredrickson, Amas. Obviously, Obi came on second half. Who else started? I'll have to look at the lineup. But yeah, man, I think, you know, just to talk about the overall positives of the game, I think we controlled the game, man. You know, rarely do we see us actually control the game and, you know, have a lot of successful passes and play under good pressure. And I think we played well in terms of keeping the ball. We didn't treat the ball like a hot potato. We were literally passing the ball intricately, holding on to possession, even when we was on the back foot, when we were playing on the back line. I think we kept the ball quite well. And we did create quite a lot of chances today. And I think today, the two things that you're going to have to put it on when we start talking about the negative side is more the physicality and just the finishing, man. But in terms of control, we started off well. I think we started off very well, man. Eriksen keeping the game ticking. I think, who else can I talk about? I think Mazraoui was quite good defensively. Amas was good defensively as well. Højlund, he had a bit of hold-up play. He was okay, but just in terms of running in the channels and being that threat up top, he wasn't too much of a threat. You saw the difference when Obi came on. As soon as Obi came on, we held the ball a bit better. You know when the ball is coming in the air and you've got either Obi or you've got Højlund, I have more confidence that the ball's going to stick to Obi than it's going to stick to Højlund. Højlund doesn't have the balance between kind of the physicality and the technical ability to get the ball, you know, hold down his defender, get the ball on his chest, and then lay it off. I feel like sometimes he focuses too much on the physical part, whereas Obi kind of balances it much better. He gets the physical part right, controls the ball at the right time, holds it, and then lays it off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think it was an annoying game, man, because we actually played some decent football in most elements of the game, and Wolves didn't really know what to do, and they only scored from a set piece. So let's be real. On a positive note, them only scoring on a set piece, come on, that must mean that other than that, there wasn't really a threat. And if you look at the stats as well, we were much better in terms of the stats. Let me bring it up. We were much better in terms of the stats. Like, I'll be so honest, you know. So that's why the game was quite a frustrating game, man. Frustrating game. Here we go. Let's get the stats up. Yeah, let's put it here. So, yeah, if you see the stats here, look at this. So, we had 12 shots. They had 4. We had 2 shots on target. They had 2 shots on target. And that's where the problem is. So, we need to be more clinical up top and take more shots, especially knowing that they had their third choice goalkeeper in goal. Do you know what I'm saying? We had most of the possession, 559 passes, 88% pass accuracy. So that goes back to what I was saying about the fact that we wanted to keep the ball and we were keeping it ticking. You know, they had more fouls. That was another good point. But then that shows that they were being a bit, they were kind of imposing the game a bit more. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what's so frustrating. Like, all we're going to see right now is Wolves did the double on us. It's another loss to Man United. And where are we in the league now? We are 14th in the league. And the form as well, the recent form, the last 5 games don't look too good. But yeah, man, such an annoying game, man. Such an annoying game. Now we talk about the negatives, man. Rasmus Højlund, man. So poor in terms of just being that attacking threat. I think, I want to talk about confidence, but it's past that now. Someone like Obi should be starting straight away because Højlund, I would admit, in the last few games he's been bringing a bit more better overall game in terms of holding the ball up, being a team player, and passing and moving. So that's improved. But in terms of what we need in terms of goals, he's not doing nothing, And that's why I think second half, Ruben decided to put Mount on, Bruno, and I can't remember the third person he put on, but he took off Mainu, which I kind of didn't agree with, but obviously Mainu's not 100% fit, so we're managing his minutes as well. And it made a difference. Bruno coming on the pitch clearly made a straight difference, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. I think there was a time when even Obi made a run, but we're playing it a bit more safe, playing along the wings and stuff like that. And yeah, Obi definitely needs to get more minutes. I would love to see Obi start the next game, or at least start from the second half where we can see more of him and he can start to grow into the game. But with us United fans, we're never happy in it. Like, there's always going to be a reason, especially if you want Ruben out. There's always going to be a reason and always going to be a criticism. 1 minute people say we need Eriksen, he's good, he helps control the game. Then we say, okay, but why did he pay Eriksen? Like, for example, against Newcastle, we know Newcastle's a physical team, but so are Wolves. But then today, Eriksen wasn't our worst player. He's probably one of our best players. So when do we find the balance between a player that's technical but then he's not really physical enough? Maybe it's the players around him that don't help the situation. It's so hard. Same way with Ugarte. Ugarte was probably one of our best players today again. But people might criticize him on a normal day. Oh, he's poor. He's limited to his capabilities of what he can do. But at the same time, what he does is unique and it works. Today, people say he can't play in the half turn. He was playing the half turn. He was actually he had a bit of dribbling success. He was keeping the ball. He was passing a decent. People say he can't really pass. And maybe on the grand scheme of things, compared to other players, his passing might not be as great, but it's not as bad as people say. And that's the problem. So, yeah, man, I think there's a lot of positives. I think, I can't really see too much of what Ruben could have done better. Maybe bring on Obi bring him on sooner. I would say the subs that he did, they worked. Maybe I wouldn't have taken off Mainu, but then, like I said, they have to manage his minutes. Let me see who else. Who else started? Let me see. Okay, cool. So if we look here, let me share my screen as well. Okay, here we go. So if we look at the lineup, so we started Fredriksson, he was quite good. Lindelof was decent as well. Masrari was decent. Ugarte and Eriksen in the midfield is quite good. Dogu on the right was quite good. He got a lot of crosses in the box from the right side. That's another thing that people criticize. Why is Ruben starting him on the right? We know he's better on the left. But sometimes you switch it up. And the problem is when you switch it up, if it works, they don't say nothing. If it doesn't work, they criticize. No, let's have the same energy. Because some people's argument might be that before you see something fully work, you need to try it a few times. Like, for example, Mainu up top. It was one game. Yes, it worked for the first 15, 20 minutes. Maybe you think, okay, be more pragmatic and change it up a bit. But what's wrong with trying it a few times just to see if maybe it needs to be, try it a few times and make some tweaks around it? Because clearly Mainu is good up top. He might not have the mobility, but if you play to his strengths in terms of hold-up play and passing and moving, it works. In behind, it might not work too tough because he hasn't got the agility like that. But yeah, I think Manu as a 10 works very well. Garnacho, his first touch worries me a lot because I think sometimes it's a thing where if he controlled the ball better and received the first touch better, it would allow him to be in a better position to pass the ball and move. But because his first touch is not good enough, he drags the ball and then it gives the defenders time to catch up on him as well. But yeah, I think overall was all right. And obviously we did some subs. So Dalo came on for Dorgu. I think that's one thing I might have disagreed on, but I can't remember too much of what Dalo done. Manu fitness, obviously. Ugarte off for Bruno. That gives us more of a creative outlet. Chido for Rasmus, definitely 70 minutes. That should have happened from halftime. Hopefully next game we see Chido get, instead of 20 minutes, maybe he gets 45 minutes. And Lenny Euro as well brings a bit of more of that attacking play as well. So in terms of subs, I think the subs are all right. But yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's tough, man. Annoying to lose. The table don't look good, but we got to go for the Europa League now. That's the reality of it. We got to go for the Europa League. If I had to pick a player, I think in terms of giving an overall review of their performance, I want to say Ugarte, man. Ugarte's had a lot of stick over the years in regards to, not over the years, sorry, since he's been here, sorry, over the last few months, he's had a lot of stick. He's had a lot of criticism, similar to when Xerxes came in. Xerxes had a lot of criticism when he came in. But Ugarte, I think what he does in terms of being the destroyer, helping break up play, and just keeping the ball in terms of, like, when the team's imposing on us, he's somebody that can help put out the fire. And I think his passing is not as bad as what people say. On top of that, receiving the ball in the half turn, you know, making sure that he gets the ball in the right way to kind of have the advantage over the person that's defending him and then passing along. You know, he beat a 3-man today as well, and he was making a lot of successful passes. So, yeah, Ugarte for me was very key for us today. And obviously, at the same time as him getting subbed and coming on for Bruno didn't have his best game, but you can clearly see he was a good creative outlet for us. So, yeah, it's annoying to lose, but I think there's more positives than negatives. It doesn't help because in the past, Ruben's made some decisions that don't make his case any better. But I think I see the bigger picture and I can see a lot of positives. And today was more on the players' quality and physicality more than anything, in my opinion. I might think something else next day or whatever, but generally, I just think we lost the physical battle. That's it. We just lost it. Like, we were okay at times, but just generally, like, that fight, that physical fight, I think is what we lost. And then a bit of quality up top as well. But we created a lot of chances and we were decent, man. So that's my match reaction, man. Let me know anything that I missed out. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you're subscribing to me as well. And yeah, anything I missed out, let's have a discussion in the comments, man. And we'll see what's good. Until the next game, it's your boy Rhino, and I'm out. Peace.
From SW16, my brown is slim and fit. Young boy on the ball like Palmer, you know it's a go when he hits top bins. Falling asleep in a limo tints, my lighty won't stop pouring me drinks. You're hard, I'm rating the bars, but you're capping, I'm not convinced. Bro band up on the wings, still making